And we welcome you back to San Juan as Puerto Rico will be the visiting team here tonight. Venezuela, the home club. And lots riding on this game. Puerto Rico 1-0. Venezuela 0-1. You only play 3 games here in this round-robin first round. Take a look at the starting lineup. It'll be Pagan, Palou, and Rios, Beltran, Molina, Aviles. Maldonado gets the start tonight. Gonzalez and Rosario starting in left field.
I think there's a lot of balance there, Gary. We look at Pagan and the way he can run all the way down to the bottom 3 with Maldonado, Gonzalez, and Rosario providing some versatility on things that manager Aaron Rodriguez can do on the offensive side.
And on the mound, a pitcher who has had a good deal of success over his career. This is Carlos Zambrano.
Always a popular character on a baseball diamond. Very animated. He is pitching for a lot. His velocity was back in winter ball. He actually pitched in winter ball and was pretty efficient. He can keep the ball down. And one thing for sure you're going to get out of Zambrano, he's going to go out there and give you his best and compete, Gary. There's no doubt about it that his teammates wanted him on the mound here tonight.
He is 31 years old. He will come out here with that 7-10 record over 35 appearances, including 20 starts with the Marlins last year. 132 major league wins. He'll need some help from his D for sure in this game. Sandoval, Asdrubal Cabrera, Scudero, and Miguel Cabrera in the infield, and a change behind the plate as Perez is going to start doing the catching.
He is an outstanding young receiver behind the plate who can also handle the bat quite well, and he's going to put a stop to any attempt by Puerto Rico to run. He is excellent, and he's going to help Zambrano a whole lot too.
We had a little rain between games as this is the second of 2 to be played here. The Dominican Republic now 2-0 as they beat Spain earlier today 6-3. Spain is out of it. So the 2 teams, as far as the chance to move on, now comes to these 3 teams as expected. You see Canada, they're battling to try and have a chance to move on in the 8th inning, leading Mexico by a score of 8-3.
The big bats are sounding over there for Team Canada. Justin Morneau and Michael Saunders have combined already for 6 hits between those 2, and I think Venezuela can use a little bit of that from their 3-4 hitters.
Getting down to games here in these rounds that really matter as far as teams moving on. Canada looking for their first win. Mexico's playing their final game in that pool. They are 1-1 and trailing, and a loss there, and their chances of moving on gone. So here we go here. Immediately the infield adjusts, moving in. Recognize Angel Pagan's ability to run and bunt. And the pitch to him, and that is going to be in there for a strike, and we are underway.
The turf is very wet, it's slippery. It gets a little faster now that it's wet, and certainly you got to make sure you start with a baseball with anything hit at you.
Pagan had a 1 for 3 in game 1. And Brano will miss up high with it. 75 degrees at game time under cloudy skies. A very gentle wind blowing from right to left at the start of this game. And that'll be fouled off down the line, and the count will go to a ball and 2 strikes.
Things to look out for Zambrano. He will change his arm angle. He has never been an over-the-top type of pitcher. He's got that big size, big step towards the batter. And that frisbee slider, if it's on, it's dangerous.
Fastball just missed. A little bit inside on him, and the count goes to 2-2. That was close.
Good action.
Pretty good frame for him. That a chopper's going to go to short. Rivera's got it, makes the play to first base. Pagan is retired and 1 down. A lot of action going on today. World Baseball Classic, Dominican Republic with that 6-3 win over Spain. Samuel Deduno had a real good start in that game for the Dominican. Nelson Cruz, a good day at the plate. Again, he's had 2 good games, and so has Cano, another 3 for 5 days.
And I'm going to say it again. I tip my hat to Team Spain. They came back and scored 2 runs in that 9th inning to make it even closer.
Here is Falou, Irving Falou playing at second base. Again, the infield in, Sandoval at third base, recognizing his speed. That'll be chopped foul at the plate, and the count will go to 1-1.
Now, Luis Sojo, manager for Venezuela, a former infielder himself. A message to Pablo Sandoval: you are a presence. Take it away from them. Make him hit it by you, but don't allow him to bunt on that wet turf.
Now they go to second base. Short hop, played scooter away. 2 down.
Gary, I bet you saw a couple of Venezuelans go down one knee to fill the ball like that on the turf, especially somebody named Manny Trillo.
Yes. Great major league career, the Manny Trillo. Wow. 2 down, nobody on here. Here's Alex Rios. Rios 1 for 2 in the first game. He got hit by a couple of pitches. 2 down, nobody on. Zambrano's delivery to him is in there for a strike. Puerto Rico has never lost a ball game in the World Baseball Classic played here at home. And the pitch is taken up high. They're trying to continue that streak here tonight against Venezuela.
In round 1, they have been unbeatable here in this ballpark.
1-1 delivery, and that'll be fouled off the other way into the seats. And a 1-ball 2-strike count. Zambrano has come out throwing strikes here early in the ball game. 132 wins, 91 losses lifetime for the 31-year-old right-hander, his major league record. He gets the ground ball to short, so he's got the sinker working. Cabrera makes the play, and Zambrano gets it done in a hurry, retiring Puerto Rico. 1, 2, 3. A look at the lineup for Venezuela, and it's packed when we come back. Big house on hand, and they've been making a lot of noise even before this ball game got started. Let's take a look at the starting lineup. Venezuela is the home team. Scudero, Asdrubal, and Miguel Cabrera. Sandoval, Gonzalez. Perez behind the plate. Prado, Parra, and Infante gets the start in this game.
I get a feeling for them to have success here tonight, Gary. Prado, Parra, and Infante need to have a presence, because the guy following going around the lineup is Scudero. Coming up here right now, maybe their best clutch hitter.
39-year-old right-hander Nelson Figueroa is on the mound. Scudero 1 for 3 in the opener, and the pitch to him is in there for a strike. Here are the numbers for a veteran, both at the major league and minor league level. See his minor league numbers last year with a very fine 3.04 earned run average for Nelson Figueroa. 0-1 delivery. That's up the middle. Look what I found. Figueroa, I can feel my position. Scudero's retired.
It's an easy play right there, considering that ball's hit so hard coming right at you on this wet turf. Rosario in left, that's a change. Pagan can do a lot of things for you in center field. Covers a lot of ground. Rios back to his natural position around the infield. Gonzalez, Avilés, Falou, Maldonado, and Yadier Molina. The guy behind the plate is the one that sets the tone defensively.
One away will bring up Cabrera. He had an 0 for 3 in the open. Asdrubal Cabrera getting the start at shortstop, and the pitch will be taken up high for a ball. This is a lineup of Venezuela that you certainly would expect to score. Luis Sojo told us, their manager, we will score runs. I'm more worried about my pitching. Well, in the first game, they didn't do that. They didn't get the runs they thought they were going to get, and we'll see if they can get that turned on here.
And Sojo really couldn't get a good read on how his pitching was lining up because of the rain and that big delay.
There's a ball hit deep in the air to center field, going back on to Pagan. A lot of room near the warning track. 400 feet away. Cabrera's retired.
Those are the kinds of plays, and this thick air right now. That make you and open your mind more to what? Pitch to contact.
2 down. Here's your Triple Crown winner. Miguel Cabrera had an 0 for 4 in the first game. They really need his bat to be going in this number 3 spot in the order with Sandoval behind him.
Watch Figueroa once again working out of the stretch. We see this trend continue more and more even here in this tournament with nobody on from the stretch.
Fastball is going to miss inside. Figueroa began with AAA with the Yankees AAA team, went 7-2 with a 3.96 ERA. Then went over to the Red Sox, 5-3 with a 3.77 in 8 games there in their minor league system. Pitch is taken down low and a 2-ball 1 strikeout.
So Miguel Cabrera turned around and looked at the opposing dugout saying, "What are you talking about? Somebody must have said strike 2."
2-ball 1 strike count on him. That's going to be a base hit into right field. Takes it the other way.
Is that a beautiful thing of what? That is a work of art. So Figueroa is trying to establish inside, but also showing a little bit of a spin there. And then he goes to work. Misses inside. Goes back in with 4-seamer. Just misses with that one. Tries it again, but just don't do that. In fact, don't miss right there. Inside out as good as anybody in the game.
Now the Panda gets a chance. Sandoval playing at third base. He had a 1 for 5 and 2 RBIs in that first game for Venezuela. Runner on, infield will move around, playing him to pull. And he'll take the pitch down low for a ball.
I must tell you, just watching Sandoval around town, and when he gets to the ballpark, so many little kids are just yelling Panda. He is so popular.
He's become one of the big names and faces of Major League Baseball. And that pitch will be taken inside. Figueroa struggling with a landing point a little bit that last time, and the count will go to 2-0.
Pablo, nicknamed Kung Fu Panda by Barry Zito, his teammate with the San Francisco Giants.
2012 World Series MVP, of course, where he hit 500, 3 home runs, 4 RBIs in 4 games. That ball's going to go to short. Position perfectly. Take it to second base. Aviles. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. So both pitchers start out by shutting down the opponents. No scores. We go to the second inning. Beltran will lead it off. Pre-game ceremonies. First pitch. Edgardo Alfonso on the left, and Pudge Rodriguez representing their respective countries, throwing the first pitch with players coming out from their teams, and big delight for the fans. Pitch will be taken outside as we go to the second inning. Carlos Beltran up. Beltran against Zambrano. Molina, Aviles to follow. That one to left field. Prado's right there, an atom ball. 2 pitches and an out. Well, what do you think matters in this one?
First of all, for Puerto Rico, you have some quality at bats against Zambrano, just like the one in which Beltran lined out. And for Venezuela, those big bats must produce. This is the most talented and deepest lineup in this tournament. They got to step up.
1 away. Here's Molina. Yadier Molina, 1 for 4 in the opener. Venezuela has beaten Puerto Rico the times they have played them, twice in the World Baseball Classic. They had a 6-0 win in the 06 Classic. That came in the second round in a game played here. And then they won second win, a 2-0 contest that was played in Miami in 09. So they have shut out this Puerto Rican team twice, but obviously different personnel playing in the years here in the WBC.
As you know very well, Venezuela is coming off a successful run in the past WBC, making it all the way to Dodger Stadium.
2 ball, 1 strikeout on Yadier Molina. Molina will take the pitch outside. Zambrano just missing with it, and the count will go to 3-1. This place is really going to rock if Puerto Rico can get the offense going. 3-1. And got that one in at the knees.
Zambrano's getting a lot of movement. Just watching him warm up between innings. He threw 7 different type of pitches, all for strike.
3-2 delivery, and he got him. Zambrano credited with a strikeout. Molina throwing the bat away, thought he had a walk.
It's just all due to late movement. Watch that ball cut right in. Excellent job. Not even a framing need for that one. But I saw him throw 7 different type pitches on the gestures he was telling his catcher and what was coming in. Everything was down in the zone.
That obviously is key against a lineup that has the power this one does. So Zambrano's retired the first 5 faced. Here's Mike Aviles. Fastball will miss up high. Aviles an 0 for 2 in the opener. 250 last year. 13 home runs, 60 RBIs with the Red Sox. Aviles back with the Indians. A New York native. 2-0 delivery. We'll put that one back up on the roof, and a 2-ball, 1 strike count.
Aviles has one of the most unorthodox batting stances you'll ever see. But he's got great plate coverage. Look at this rocking and rolling here.
2-1 delivery on the way. It's in there.
And the funniest thing I saw last year on video was Mike Aviles making fun of Kevin Youkilis in his stance. Watch his backside.
2-2 delivery on the way, and inside. Aviles will go down in history, guaranteed, no matter what happens, as one of the few players ever to be traded for a manager. With John Farrell going back to Boston from Toronto, Red Sox had to send this guy there as part of the deal. Popped it up to short. Cabrera's there. He's got it. Zambrano's retired the first 6 that he has faced in the game. We go to the bottom half of the second inning. Gonzalez, Perez, and Parado will be due up in a scoreless start. And there are fans each hoping for a W here in this one tonight. The umpiring crew at Hickox has the plate. Yar Fernandez, Dan Bellino, and Jesus Miller working the game. And that ball is going to be fouled back by Carlos Gonzalez. Hickox, home plate umpire, major league staff since 2007. He's worked all-star games, playoff games, and instructor in the Wendelstadt School. He draws the plate for this one. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Fastball will be taken up high from Nelson Figueroa.
There's Hickox, well respected and also very consistent with his zone behind the plate. Very fair.
Shift in the infield will play the left-hander to pull, and the pitch to him is going to be taken inside. Gonzalez with a 1 for 4 in the opener, making the start in right field. Venezuela, the home team in this ball game, with the crowd for Puerto Rico, of course. And that's there for a strike. Both these pitchers, starters, look really sharp. Remember, they can only throw 65 pitches, so they want to be efficient and go as deep as they can into the game.
And the key is strikes. We're seeing a lot of that here from these 2 guys on the mound right now.
2 ball, 2 strike count. Had to reach a little bit, but protected, and we'll foul that one back for a strike. Count stays, 2 balls, 2 strikes. See some intensity from all these players, Zambrano included, that they know the importance of this game. Venezuela loses this, and 0-2. Fans, always good umpires. Missed the call on that one, though.
A lot of consistency close to that zone. Hickox stays right with it.
3-2. Figueroa's delivery up the middle. So far, he is the Gold Glove pitcher in the World Baseball Classic, Nelson Figueroa.
He is El Gato. This is not what I found. This is just put it right in here, baby. Look at that. I've done that before. It is so important for guys that throw that sinker ball. Be able to land in a decent position at least to have clear hands, clear arms to field it.
So one away. Here's Salvador Perez, the catcher. He goes after the first pitch down to third. Andy Gonzalez makes the play. And quickly, 2 outs here in the second inning.
Everything seems to be working right now for Nelson Figueroa, who was slated to face the Dominican team tomorrow, but his manager Edwin Rodriguez, after watching the Dominican team and watching Venezuela play, said, I think there's a better matchup if he goes against Venezuela, even though he knows more about the Dominican hitters because he does play winter ball in both Puerto Rico and the Dominican.
2 quick outs. Here's Martin Prado. He'll try and extend the inning a little bit here. Takes a strike in the inside corner. The way both Figueroa and Zambrano started this game, you got to come up ready to swing the bat. Prado at a 1-for-2, the left fielder. 1-for-2 in the opening game. A 1 delivery to him. That's right there. I mean, Figueroa is in, out, biting the corners on both sides.
And he's working from the very extreme side of the mound on the third base side. Look how far he is.
Here's the 0-2 delivery. Breaking ball. Just enough to get it into the seats. And will hold the count at 2 strikes.
By moving that far on that side against the right-handers, he makes right-handers aware more of the inner part of the plate. So, you know, guys start kind of cheating a little bit, opening up that hip. And that makes your breaking ball, even if it's not that good or efficient, even much better, though.
Figueroa with the 0-2. Great season for Martin Prado last year. 301, 10 home runs, 70 RBIs. He's had a batting average over 300 for the last 5 years. Good contact hitter. 1-2 delivery to him. That'll miss outside. Not going to chase.
Gary, there are bats with outstanding grains. Now look at the grains on this bat for Prado. Oh my goodness, look at that barrel.
2-2 delivery on the way. That'll go to second base. He jammed him a little bit. Below with a nice play to get the out. Side retired in order. Venezuela coming in 0-1. Puerto Rico 1-0. And a good start for each pitcher here through the first 2 innings. Game that's made it to the 9th inning and just barely. Canada's got a 9-3 lead over Mexico. They've had a full-scale brawl there. They had a couple of plays in the game, takeout slides, collisions at the plate that erupted in the last half inning in that ball game to a full-scale bench-clearing brawl. They are playing again with Canada on top. And the pitch, a strike on the outside corner.
Oh, that's what you would literally call fighting for your country. And it's happening over there in Phoenix.
I guess. Our team, Maldonado. Maldonado's playing at first base, getting a chance. He did not make the start in the first game. So an opportunity here for Maldonado, Gonzalez, and Rosario to follow in the bottom part of the order for Puerto Rico. Carlos Rivera made the start at first base in the game against Spain. How about a game where Elvis Andrus doesn't get the start and he's sitting on the bench? How's that? The shortstop.
That's how deep you are. And true to everybody's word, every manager said, I got to play everybody.
Yeah.
Remember, this is also getting players ready for the regular season.
Maldonado with a 1-2 count. We're scoreless, 3rd inning. And the pitch will be taken inside from Zambrano. He's got a strikeout. He's retired 6 in a row.
I definitely like what I see from Zambrano, his rhythm and tempo on the mound.
Took only minimal number of pitches to get through those first 2 innings for him. Both these pitchers have come out here throwing strikes and keeping the ball down low, which is a great sign for both of them. 3-2 the count. And a swing and a miss. Zambrano's got his second strikeout. Maldonado down.
Zambrano not hiding his country colors at all. Very emotional type of guy, and he's got that downward movement on that two-seam fastball here. Game number 1, he was the #1 cheerleader for his country.
One down. Here is Andy Gonzalez. Gonzalez at third base had an 0 for 3. Chicago White Sox, 247 average last year. AA Huntsville, AAA Nashville. Gonzalez getting the start in both of these games. 31-year-old veteran. Originally drafted out of high school back in 2001. Fastball. Zambrano's making him lean out and look at everything because he's close on everything.
That's a very good point. It makes you so aware of anything biting back into the zone. And most times it'll make you chase more often.
2-1 delivery, and he went around. It was in there for a strike.
Just
and
like
it's
that.
2-1.
That's what does it. The anticipation of somebody being so close to the plate all the time. You start your swing, and before you know it, maybe you shouldn't have.
Gonzalez waiting, a 2-1 delivery to him. That'll be chopped towards the hole. Going to be a long throw. There's got it. One hopper. That's how you use the turf. He got it. That's an intentional play that on grass you might not be able to make, but on the carpet, take advantage of the extra hop you can get.
Well, it took a Venezuelan shortstop back in Cincinnati to master this type of throw here. His name was Davey Concepcion. And he made a number 13 even more popular for the Reds, and that has been a tradition for shortstops around Venezuela, with a beautiful stretch at the end by Miguel Cabrera.
As Drubal Cabrera, the play at short to Miguel Cabrera at first. 2 down, nobody on. Here's Rosario. Rosario did not get a start in game 1. He's got speed. He'll get Sandoval moved in at third base. Rosario making the start in left field in this game. 2 down, bases empty, scoreless ball game. That'll be put up in the air, playable, shallow left, shortstop back. Cabrera, Prado comes in, and he's got it. That'll retire the side, and Zambrano has retired the first 9 that he has faced in this game. Puerto Rico, Venezuela. That's it. Take a look at where we are while we have a moment here in Pool C. In Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic 2-0. They're in real good shape to move on to the next round in Miami. You see the importance of this game, though, with Puerto Rico and Venezuela playing. Puerto Rico, if they could go 2-0, they're going to put themselves in real good shape. Venezuela and Spain 0-2. I mean, that would do it. So, a very vital game. Now, if Venezuela can win this game, all of a sudden that makes the 2 games tomorrow essential.
Very important for those squads, every single one of them.
We are ready to go as Geraldo Parra will stand in. He'll go after the first pitch and drive it to left field. The wind is blowing that way a bit. On the warning track, it is hauled in. Parra retired. Rosario going back to get it.
That's pitch number 27 on the night for Nelson Figueroa. He has thrown 17 strikes.
On the money, and that's bringing the bats alive early here in first pitches. Omar Infante did not make the start in game 1. He gets the start here, batting number 9. He's the designated hitter for Venezuela. He'll take the pitch, and that too is going to be in there for a strike.
To that heavy pad he has in front of left hand, and protecting that hand that had been shattered by a pitch playing for his big league ball club.
That's going to be a little bit low and will miss outside. Pedro Valdez was the DH in the first ball game for Puerto Rico. Changes made. Beltran gets it in this one. And the DH for Venezuela being Infante, who did not get to play in that first game. They had used Asdrubal Cabrera as the DH. He's in the lineup playing short tonight. 2 ball, 1 strikeout on Parra. Well, the fans are rocking. 2-1 delivery. That's going to be a base hit down the line. It'll take the hop, a couple of them off the wall. Played by Rosario. Throw coming into second will not be in time. And Infante has got a double with 1 away here in the 3rd inning for Venezuela.
Well, as much as the big guns in this lineup take all the attention, it's going to take guys like Infante to pretty much set the tone and get it going. And that was a good piece of hitting on a fastball that did not run in enough on his hands. But he's going to bring up a guy that was very dangerous. We met on base last year. It's Marco Scudero, who hit .333 with men on last season.
Real good clutch hitter, gets an RBI opportunity here. He's in the leadoff spot. Grounded out back to the pitcher his first time up. And the pitch is taken outside for a ball. Also very patient at the plate. Scudero, .306 hitter last year overall between the Rockies and the Giants. 74 RBIs. Off-speed pitch, Figueroa, that'll be taken outside, 2-0.
You're so glad you stressed the word patience, because how about the patience shown in game number 1 by the Dominican Republic?
A free-swinging team that waited. Pretty amazing.
8 walks. 3 of those walks became runs.
6-3 win, Dominican over Spain in game 1 here today. Strike on pretty much down the middle that time. Scudero was going to make him throw one in before he starts moving the bat. And the count goes to 2-1. There are the numbers for Marco Scudero in the divided season that he had, traded by the Rockies to the Giants in July. That's going to go to the hole. That's going to be a base hit. Rosario coming. Here's Infante. Here's the throw to the plate. Gets away. A run scores, and down to second goes Scudero. And Venezuela's got the 1-0 lead.
Bottom of the order of presence is what gets Venezuela going here. In fact, this is the first run allowed by Puerto Rico in this tournament. Good throw, but remember, that wet turf is going to make that ball take off on you. That's what happened with Molina. As he is handcuffed by the one hopper.
Molina knew how close that was going to be, and he wanted to come back and make the tag before he really had the ball. So Scudero gets it done. RBI Marco Scudero. He goes down to second base on the throw. 1-0 lead. Here's Cabrera on the big cut by Asdrubal Cabrera.
Also, as a base runner, you're coming in and you're watching the actions of that catcher and where he's leaning towards, and you try to make sure your slide goes away from where his body's going.
Now another runner in scoring position for Cabrera. Finished with 68 RBIs last year. He'll foul that one down the line and away. So Venezuela gets on the board. There are the numbers for him. Asdrubal Cabrera making the start at short in this game. Aviles, the shortstop, holding the runner. Scudero close at second. They do not want him to get that big secondary lead. 0-2 delivery. Gotta love the fans. They're on it.
Beautiful break.
Molina can frame it with the best of them. Cabrera 1-2. And pops that one up. A lot of foul territory here, but not enough on this one. It'll go behind the dugout.
And you as a hitter know that you've been given new life here, Gary. You know the strike zone. You know what it looks like. You know what a strike looks like. You take all that in, and now you want to apply it to a guy that's been throwing so many strikes. Anticipate something good to hit.
Runs are going to be precious, you would figure, in this game. When you get a runner in scoring position, as Scudero is now, you really want to take advantage of it. 1-2 delivery by Figueroa, and they hit him on the leg. So with only one away, runners on at first and second base.
And Venezuela will take those base runners any way they can. And if you're going to turn on a pitch, you pick that one. You don't need to get out of the way.
So here's exactly what Venezuela wants. With 40 pitches having been thrown so far by Figueroa, they get runners at first and second, one away. And Miguel Cabrera coming to the plate. He had a single his first time up. 1 for 5 now in the 2 games. This is why he's in that number 3 hole to drive in runs.
Last time up, Figueroa started him off with a breaking ball for a strike, and then he went 3 consecutive fastballs inside. When he missed just a little bit over the plate, Cabrera lined there for a single to right.
Infield double play depth. And the pitch will be taken inside for a ball. We'll see whether or not Figueroa pitches to his D. At least on that last pitch, Aviles, the shortstop, was the one doing the coverage at second base, leaving that big hole between short and third.
Yeah, by the way, that was 4 consecutive fastballs inside from Figueroa to Miguel Cabrera.
1-0 delivery on the way. Towering pop up to shallow left center. Shortstop Aviles. Infield fly rule. Batter retired. Cabrera does not get it done. 2 down.
And it doesn't matter what your name is, what you've done in the past. Anytime you become aware of that inside fastball and you fly open, look at this. Very hittable pitch. And Cabrera knows he missed it. All because of the awareness created by Figueroa on the mound with the inside fastball.
So now with 2 down, that'll bring up Sandoval. Doesn't get any easier. 63 RBIs for the Giants and the tremendous postseason that he put together. Scudero at second base. Cabrera at first. Down the line. It is curving foul and will stay there.
Well, one thing that Pablo had in mind coming into this tournament, he goes, I want the Triple Crown, which is the Giants winning the World Series, his Venezuelan team going to the Caribbean Series. So he goes, I want this one too.
Trying to take advantage of opportunities. This Venezuelan team, 2 games, 4 for 13 with runners in scoring position. And he got it. Down the line, it's going to go into the corner. Chased down by Rios. That'll score Scudero. Here comes Cabrera. Relay throw will come to the plate, and they got him. Maldonado, the second man on the relay, gets it into Molina, and they record the 3rd out at the plate. 1 run scores.
Play catch, hit your cutoff man. If you miss one, take the other and give it to Yadier. Outstanding execution by Puerto Rico.
And we welcome those of you around the world who are just joining us as Venezuela's got the 2-0 lead here in San Juan over Puerto Rico. And an RBI going to Scudero, another to Sandoval in that last half inning. But a real fine play at the plate that cut down a potential run on a Rios to Maldonado to Molina play to record the final out at the plate. And the pitch is taken inside for a ball. Those on the MLB network, we welcome you. Gary Thornton and Jose Mota here in San Juan. We're going to the 4th inning, top of the 4th. Venezuela 2-4-0. Puerto Rico Zippo on the board. Carlos Zambrano, no walks, 2 strikeouts on the mound. And Zambrano for Venezuela has retired 9 in a row. Canada's beat Mexico 10-3 in a brawl-filled game. Canada's now 1-1. Mexico 1-2. That's down the line. That's going to be a base hit. Could be 2. It'll roll into foul territory. It'll be an easy 2. Pagan is on, first base runner for Puerto Rico.
That's the first time we see Zambrano miss with anything high, and Pagan gets enough of it, fights it off, places it well, hitting that turf to get to second base. So that might get Puerto Rico going here, because Zambrano have been perfect through 3 innings, having thrown only 38 pitches. But there's Caballo Loco, that's what they call him here in Puerto Rico, at second base.
So with nobody out, they get a runner in scoring position. You see the Pool D now. Italy's 2-0. Canada, Mexico, and the U.S. wide open. Italy, real good start there with that 2-0 mark. Runner's going to go to third. They got him trapped. They've got the runner in a rundown. Cabrera's going to go right at him. Makes the flip to third. Sandoval puts the tag on. Base running mistake right there. Pagan did not wait, and the veteran third baseman who had played first before, back at first, Cabrera knew what to do with it, and they get him in the rundown.
That is an outstanding, aware play for Miguel Cabrera. He knows the ball's going to get a little quicker to him on the turf. His first instinct is to look at the runner, and then he closes the gap, which becomes your instinct number 2. Don't make a long, unnecessary throw. A well-executed play once again by Venezuela.
Seeing some good D on both sides here. Runner at first base now. Pitch is in there for a strike to Rios.
Oh, you automatically assume ball hit to the right side, you're going to advance, but no, you got to make sure you know where that first baseman is playing first.
And Cabrera had moved in a few steps, so he had plenty of time to look that play through. Rios grounded out his first time up. And the pitch is in there for a strike. Rios looks back like, what? Thought it might have been a little low. Follows on at first base on the fielder's choice. 1 down and a 2-strike count on Rios, the number 3 hitter for Puerto Rico. Cabrera holding the bag on him at first. That's a big break for Venezuela. It's the 0-2 delivery to him. Check swing and a pitch away.
Well, if you want to know how good Carlos Zambrano, the Big Z, has been throughout his career in holding runners, in his career he has allowed 53 stolen bases, but there has been 50 runners caught stealing with him on the mound. That is brilliant.
One ball, 2-strike count. And did he go? Fouled off. Count will stay at 1-2.
I mean, Zambrano throughout the night, even in warm-ups, has been below the knees. Pretty much is playing catch with Salvador Perez behind the plate.
Rios again, the 1-2 delivery to him, and he'll foul that one off the other way. It is a 75-degree night here. Not uncomfortably hot, but a nice warm evening and a great night for baseball, and a great crowd on hand. They have sold out at 20,000 here at Hiram B. Thorne Stadium. 1-2 is going to come again. Runner at first, outside, snagged by Perez. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
We have seen some good crowds come through the gates here in San Juan for pretty much every one of those ball games, including their earlier one today and the big win of Dominican over Spain.
2 ball, 2 strike count on Rios. Runner not going. Jammed him and fights off another one. 3 foul balls here, And the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Rios.
The backup slider. Look at this one. That's a heavy ball getting to you. Ouch.
50 pitches have been thrown by Zambrano. He was very efficient through the first 3 innings. In this WBC, you're generally trying to get your starter through 4. If you do that, that's a good start.
You've done well.
65 pitches, the number that can be thrown by any pitcher in this first round. Ballou's got good speed over there at first base. 2 ball, 2 strike count, 1 away. And that Hickok shoulder started up. Zambrano staring in.
It's pretty much all night. He's been right there. So has been Figueroa. Now there's a pitch Figueroa did not get against Asdrubal Cabrera that eventually later ended up hurting him.
Count goes 3-2. Let's see if they run Ballou at first base. They do. 3-2 delivery outside. He walked it. And look at Zambrano and the home plate umpire and the players coming in to protect him. Zambrano came in and challenged Ed Hickox. Hickox didn't like it and started walking out. And immediately the rest of the team got around Zambrano.
No, this has been something Zambrano has done throughout his career. And he had been really quiet throughout the whole ball game. And it finally hit.
Do not show up the home plate umpire or any other umpire. And Hickok started out, and Perez stayed in between he and the pitcher. First and second now. 1 down. Here's Beltran. Outside for a ball. And the fans getting on Zambrano too.
And this is where Zambrano at times has lost ball games or allowed these to become big innings. Then he loses it mechanically because he's so amped up.
1-0 delivery inside.
Not going to get it.
He's laughing and he catches the ball barehanded.
And I'm seeing too the message in his teammates' faces.
Ballou and Rios are the base runners. Beltran flied out his first time up. And he'll foul that one off. And a 2 ball, 1 strike count. Anyone who thinks World Baseball Classic games are exhibition games, think again.
Think again is right, especially with what happened today over there in Phoenix.
Big brawl that game, Canada, Mexico. You see Zambrano amped up. That's going to bounce. Runners are going to move up. Doesn't know where it is. Zambrano goes to get it. Perez couldn't find it.
I am telling you, this has been his undoing. All of a sudden, the very efficient strike ratio is gone, Gary. The 38 pitches in 3 innings, that's gone. The mechanics are gone because his emotions once again took over.
You're seeing his entire career unfold here in the first 4 innings. 3 ball, 1 strike count. And a chopper. Runner's not going. They'll hold the runner. Sandoval does and gets the out. Big out. Big out. And how big does that play look where Pagan got caught in that rundown after he had the double and got taken out, the lead runner. All of the rest of this happening after that. 2 down.
And with so much riding, plays like that end up hurting you sooner or later. Because let me just say, from what we've seen now, we've seen every ball club. There has not been a hitting barrage from anybody where you would say or predict that a game is not going to be close and count all the way to the end. Every pitch.
Yadier Molina caught on a strikes his first time up. 2 in scoring position. There are 2 down. Venezuela leads it 2-0. Venezuela's got to win to keep their hopes alive. They are 0-1. Puerto Rico's 1-0. Dominican won today to go 2-0. Spain has lost the 2 games they've played. 0-2. Molina's had a 1 for 5 in the 2 games.
I love when Scudero went over to the mound and pretty much told Zambrano, get back on that mound and start pitching.
Here's the 0-2 delivery.
I think it's important for Puerto Rico to get on the board here.
Maybe Zambrano's final inning. He's up to 60 pitches now here in the 4th. 65 the limit. 1-2 delivered. Breaking ball. Wow. 2-2. What was that?
He just threw that up there. There's no follow through whatsoever in a very dangerous situation of the game. Nothing went down and then it went in.
2-2 delivery on the way. Hit him. And no. The umpire says he put his arm out intentionally. And he's got to stay at the plate. That's going to be argued about. Ed Hickox, the umpire, saying no, he did not try and get out of the way.
And Zambrano immediately was the first one to point that out to Ed Hickox, who stays right with it. It makes the call that he considers appropriate. And you don't see any argument from Yadier Molina. Clearly, he threw that elbow at him. Good job by Hickox.
Well, the count 3-2.
He's not missing anything. And he says yes.
Now
Mr.
all
Hickox.
of a sudden that Hickox is his best friend. That home plate umpire and he are on the same track. And now I'm sure what's the question is here is what's the count based on what the call was as Sojo comes out, the manager, Luis Sojo of Venezuela. Two in scoring position. Molina outside and he walked him. The bases are loaded. 2 walks in the inning by Zambrano, and that's going to be it for Zambrano.
He just totally lost it within 25 pitches after 38 excellent pitches.
Well, the intensity of this game continues to pick up. And Luis Sojo has managed this Venezuelan team all 3 World Baseball Classics. Will take the baseball. And the crowd, primarily fans of Puerto Rico, will take Zambrano off the field.
What a character.
So with Zambrano out of there, here's Enrique Gonzalez. He pitched against the Dominican an inning and 2/3. Gave up 1 walk, struck out 2 in a relief appearance there. There are his numbers for 2012, having pitched in Japan.
He looked very good against the Dominican. Very good velocity and a sharp breaking ball down in the zone.
Aviles, bases loaded, and the pitch is in there for a strike.
And he shows that breaker immediately.
Zambrano leaves, giving up only 1 hit, but a couple of walks in this inning, and the double creating the problem. There are 2 down. Aviles popped out his first time up. Fouls that one back off the top of the screen. Strike 2. Didn't get a good cut on that one. Loaded up. Falou got on with the fielder's choice. Rios got the walk. Molina got the walk. 2-0 lead Venezuela. Puerto Rico trying to get that back or get the lead. 0-2 delivery. Center field. Line drive. Falling in for a base hit. Hello will score. Rios will score. Throw is going to come to third. They get the out, but the run counts. This ball game is tied at 2-2 as we are getting some strange outs in this game. Credit Avelis with the base hit and 2 runs batted in. Ball bobbled in the outfield by Parra, but he saw the runner hesitate going to third, got the throw to Sandoval, and the tag put on to retire Molina. Game tied at 2. So there's Molina, who needed a little extra time to get the equipment on after the play at third base that ended the inning.
Bobble by Parra, but he's got the presence of mind to keep looking up at the base runner. And Molina trying to extend and get the extra base is tagged out, but the most important thing is he called. The runner had scored.
So the ball game is tied at 2-2 as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Here's Gonzalez up. Carlos Gonzalez, who grounded out his first time up. Nelson Figueroa on the mound. He has been effective in getting people out. 45 pitches thrown so far. 29 strikes. 0-1 the count. Missed the inside corner with it.
Gary, going back to what happened all throughout that inning. A lot of strange things. Base running. The emotions blowing up on the mound. Puerto Rico needed to score, and they did.
Charge to Zambrano. 2 runs on 1 hit. And that'll go to short. Gonzalez retired. Avila's going back to get it. 1 down. We've had some plays on the base paths, more than you would see in a couple of ball games we've already had, only halfway through this one. The Pagan getting caught in the rundown that last half inning. Molina throwed out at third, and then for Venezuela, with Asdrubal Cabrera getting caught at the plate for the out in the 3rd inning, the final out. That's a lot of outs recorded on the bases.
Gotta love the action, which means people are playing catch.
And the strike taken. This is Perez, who grounded out his first time up. Salvador Perez, the numbers Kansas City Royals. Pitch will just miss outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Really tip my hat to Royals manager Ned Yost in endorsing his players to come out here and represent their countries and play at a high level here in the month of March.
Perez will foul that one off.
Yost made his comments right after Eric Hosmer was picked to represent the United States, replacing Mark Teixeira. But he's got Perez, he's got Kelvin Herrera, the Dominican, Atahualpa Severino with the Dominican, Tim Collins. Refreshing words from Ned Yost.
1 ball, 2 strike delivery on the way. Blew that one right by him. That's not what Perez was looking for.
There's due to one thing. Figueroa has been able to slow some bats down because he's been so efficient, mixing speed, spins, and eye levels. That is definitely not a fastball type swing.
First strikeout recorded by Figueroa. Here's Martin Prado. Prado with 2 down, nobody on. So far, pitchers have been on in this game. There's another first pitch strike. Prado, 29 years old, career .295 batting average, .301 last year. He had 42 doubles, 10 home runs, 70 RBIs. And he'll take that pitch, same place, same result.
Well, Martin Prado is batting 7th for you. It says a lot about your lineup. And when you're executing like this, it doesn't matter who is in that lineup. Another outstanding pitch by Figueroa.
Figueroa's delivery. Breaking ball will miss outside. Figueroa is going to make a bid to work 5 innings in this game.
It's refreshing to see, too.
Got to be efficient to get that done with that pitch count at 65 being the maximum. So far, he's been that. Not out of this inning, though. Prado grounded out his first time up, waiting on a 1-2. And asks for the timeout and gets it.
Oh, we saw somebody in relief come in and throw 5 very good innings, and that was Richard Salazar, lefty out of the bullpen for Spain.
Here's the 1-2. Third, off the glove and into left field. Gonzalez made the dive on it. Ball is bobbled. Throw coming to second. Not in time. A single and an error for Prado as Rosario bobbled it in left field, allowing the base runner to move up.
Every base counts. Effort by the third baseman Gonzalez. The ball hits him. He knows he should have caught it or at least stopped it. And then Prado not happy with that and just playing the game the right way. Keeps his head up, looks at the outfield, and when he sees this right here, because he has his head up all the way to second base, he makes it. Look at that. You don't need a coach for that. That's just good, aware base running.
Puts a runner in scoring position now for Parra to fly out to left field his first time up. Figueroa's delivery on his 56th pitch is outside for a ball. 2 hits on the board for Puerto Rico, 5 for Venezuela, but the ball game tied at 2-2. Parra waiting, the 1-0 delivery. That'll be grounded to second base. Well, he's got that one. That will record the out, and that will do it. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left on base.
Looking at the game, how it has developed, Mr. Clutch. Marcos Scudero gives a lead to Venezuela, coming through with a big base hit to the left side. And then the Panda himself goes down the line. He scores Scudero, but also a great executed play defensively by Puerto Rico. And they capitalize later on a couple of mistakes. The emotions taken over Zambrano, and a clutch base hit by Aviles. And Parra stays aware and throws out Molina at third base. Boy, Gary, there has been a lot of action in this ball game. Tied 2-2 right now here in the 5th.
Good ball game. Puerto Rico getting it done with just a couple of hits in the game. The 2 RBI single by Aviles and that double by Pagan. We will get a pitching change as Gonzalez works a third of an inning, gives up a hit in relief of Zambrano, and now Henderson Alvarez will come on, working with Toronto last year. 9 and 14 mark, 187 innings, 79 strikeouts, 54 walks in that time. So Alvarez on the mound.
He has a plus sinker, and he can get that velocity up there too, mid to upper 90s at times. But he depends on fielding his position. He's very good at that and keeping the ball down.
Maldonado will lead it off. Martin Maldonado, a strikeout victim, his first time up. And the fastball is on the inside corner for a strike. So a lot riding on this ball game. Venezuela's hopes of staying in it depend on a win. Puerto Rico can move on if they can get the victory and go 2-0 and play here in this pool play where each team plays 3 games and the top 2 teams advance.
In fact, this pitching change represents a change overall on the plan that Luis Sojo had for his rotation here in this tournament.
Games talk, as the managers have told us.
As do tournaments, because Alvarez was slated to start the 3rd game for Sojo.
Martin Maldonado waiting. Here's the 1-2 delivery on the way. It'll be taken down low. Maldonado with the Brewers, 266 average, 8 home runs in 78 ball games. Originally drafted by the Angels from Puerto Rico. You don't need to do anything to get the fans going here tonight. The ball game's talking to them too. 2-2 delivery, and he missed with it. And the count will go to 3-2 from Alvarez. Bottom third of the order for Puerto Rico, Gonzalez and Rosario. Maldonado did not play in game one, so his first at bat was that strikeout in the third inning, and he wants more time at the plate. And Alvarez and he are playing a little cat and mouse game right now. Maldonado stepped out, so Alvarez made him wait. Foul back.
Henderson will vary his arm slot once in a while, but what I'm seeing right now is a pitcher that is going more over the top. And the reason is quite simple. He has natural movement going down with that four-seamer, then he can get it up there in the mid-90s.
3-2 delivery. Walk surrendered. Maldonado's on, and it's a leadoff walk here in the fifth inning. Second time they've had the leadoff man on. They got that double in the fourth inning from Pagan. Even though he was taken out on the base paths, it still led to a two-run inning.
And very often throughout this whole tournament, in previous games and in this game, teams have capitalized on free bases.
Gonzalez grounded out his first time up. Andy Gonzalez with an 0 for 4 in the two games so far, playing at third base. Bunts. Good one. Play at first. Sacrifice. Perez making the play from behind the plate, but the only play was first base.
I like this play here by manager Edwin Rodriguez, and ideally a very fine job, fundamentally sound there by the batter Gonzalez, and using his knees to get the bat angle down and get to the pitch.
Scudero coming over to cover with Cabrera coming in. You get to put it at first base.
Well, you have to manage every inning from here on, like it's the 8th or the 9th inning.
Eddie Rosario with a runner at second base. Only one away. Rosario flying out to left his first time up. Sandoval will play in at third, which gives Rosario a real shot from the left side of the infield if he can put it there, because he's got Sandoval up close and Cabrera, the shortstop, way back and over towards second base. Top of the order, Pagan waiting on deck. Maldonado off second base. Up in the air, left field. Wind blowing that way. Short of the warning track, hauled in. Prado, runner halfway, will go back. Rosario retired, 2 down.
You know, I know the rule of thumb is to go halfway there, but the ball's into the opposite field by somebody that's not probably going to drive the ball out of the ballpark. So I think the base runner should have been more aggressive in getting a read, watching the left fielder going back and tagging. I mean, station is at a premium right now. He knows at this point the ball's not going to go over the wall or over Prado. He's got to get back there aggressively and tag, especially the way Prado caught that baseball on his heels. He's not going to throw you out.
So Maldonado remains at second base. And here is Angel Pagan. Pagan got the double in the fourth inning, then got caught up in a rundown and taken out. 1 for 2 in the ball game, 2 for 5 in the series. Ball game tied here at 2. Pagan will take the pitch down low for a ball from Alvarez.
Here, I'll tell you what else I will put a premium on right here is secondary leads. There's been enough action and guys throwing out on the bases. You have to be aggressive with that secondary lead at second base.
Maldonado's out there trying to extend it. Watching the shortstop, who's got the bag but not moving in very far. That's Dribble Cabrera. Fastball misses inside, 2-0. Pagan led the National League 15 triples. 2012, the kind of speed that he has got. He hit 288. Real solid season for Angel Pagan. RBI opportunity right here that would be a go-ahead. 2-0 delivery. 3-0.
You know, for guys like Pagan, who has not had the easiest ride to stay in the big leagues, it's good to see good guys like that cash in. It's on a nice contract as a free agent.
$40 million 4-year deal signed with the Giants in December.
Well earned.
3-0 delivery on the way. Outside corner strike.
You don't see this call very often. 3-0.
Three ball, 1 strike count. Alvarez gets it in. That's going to be a base hit. Parra will not have a play. Maldonado to the plate. He'll score. And Puerto Rico takes a 3-2 lead.
Well, Pagan's going to be very thankful that that pitch was called a strike 3-0, because then he uses this. Middle of the field, right through the box, to get this crowd jumping.
So Puerto Rico battles back after trailing 2-0 to take a 3-2 lead. Pagan gets his first RBI of the Classic.
And if we have not said it enough throughout this tournament, we'll say it again. Leadoff walks have been cashed in more often than I've ever seen in a stretch of 4 games.
Maldonado scoring after getting the walk. Strike on the outside corner. Irving fell at the plate, batting second. Reached on a fielder's choice, scored in the 4th inning. 0 for 2 in the ball game. Alvarez unable to get that final out. Manufactured run set up by Andy Gonzalez's sacrifice bunt. Up high. 1-1.
Once again, good secondary leads will make job easier for your third base coach. That's exactly what Maldonado did. And Pagan himself, a very good base runner. And I just saw little wins from Henderson Alvarez after he delivered that pitch, and there's a little concern now from Soho and his athletic trainer. Keep in mind, one of the key things here is to make sure the safety of the player is never compromised.
Alvarez saying he's all right.
Here's what he does right after. Watch. And you see Salvador Perez immediately with his 2 hands going, "Are you okay?" You see Alvarez looking toward the dugout. Yeah, it's going to cause a little concern.
Said he was okay. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Quick toss over to first base. Pagan back to the bag. Pagan with real good speed. Couple out here. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Your number 2 hitter with Rios waiting on deck. Couple of hard throws over there by Alvarez. Bullpens are going to be active throughout this game. Both managers know the importance of the game. Ground ball. Nobody's got first. Pitcher trying to cover. Tag put on. And got him. Good play by Alvarez, because he was not going to get to it in time, and a little dust up right here. As the tag was applied, Falou thought maybe a little bit too hard by Alvarez after Cabrera came in and left his position at first base, leaving that bag open. Perez, the catcher, goes down there to get Falou out of the way. Tagged him a little high, but really nothing he could do about that. That's where he was as he was sliding in. Heating up 3-2 Puerto Rico. So the little dust up ends. Falou trying to dive in there at first base. Tagged out.
Alvarez is a little late getting there. A little confusion. But you know what? I really see nothing wrong with this. I mean, he just happened to have his body exactly where he was sliding. Yeah, Miguel Cabrera said, hey, it's just a make piece here. Salvador Perez, who knows Falou from the Royals organization.
See, when Perez comes down, I listen.
Yes.
You got to look a long way up to see him. Right away, you just want to. Okay. 3-2 ball game. Puerto Rico on top, trying to go out 2-0 here and send Venezuela to their second loss. On the mound, Giovanni Soto, the youngster, 21 years old, working here to Omar Infante, and then the top of the order, Scudero and Asdrubal Cabrera. Left-hander's pitch will miss. Great start by Nelson Figueroa, who gave up the 2 runs on 6 hits with no walks and a strikeout in 4 solid innings of work in the start. So now Venezuela had the early 2-0 lead. He's got to try and come back. That's here for a strike. Infante had a double. He started that 3rd inning, would score. Scudero and Sandoval had RBIs in that inning for Venezuela. Aviles has got 2 batted in. Pagan 1 for Puerto Rico tonight. Swung on and not going to catch up to that one.
Giovanni Soto on the mound is exactly how his manager Edwin Rodriguez envisioned his pitching going. With Figueroa going 4, he had Soto slated to follow because he becomes, he says, almost like another starter for me.
Has a count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And up high with it. Soto made his debut in 09 with the Detroit Rookie Gulf Coast League. He pitched at Akron last season, where he ended up 6-9, 3.93 ERA. He struck out 100 in 121 innings. 3-2 delivery. Off-speed pitch out in front of it.
And Soto is also part of that trio of young pitchers that his manager Edwin Rodriguez says it is a thrill to have these young guys along with Jose Berrios and Andres Santiago to get the experience and contribute to their country at this early age and stage of their career.
3-2. Youngster in a pressurized game situation here coming on after his club's able to pick up the lead in the game in the top half of the inning. A little confusion on the signs maybe. So Molina will go out and talk with him. Well, great WBC games going on. Our coverage continues following our game here in San Juan. The U.S. will look to bounce back against Italy. Italy's 2-0. 9 o'clock Eastern, 2 o'clock GMT tomorrow. Another doubleheader. Spain, Venezuela, game 1, 12:30. Followed up by the Dominican. They've already won 2-0 against Puerto Rico, 7:30 Eastern. Will those games matter? That depends on the outcome of this game. 3-2 delivery on the way and a ground ball to third. That's a foul ball. Nice stop made by Andy Gonzalez. Just practicing. Foul territory.
It's a nice line in that wet turf, isn't it?
It is. Quite a bit of rain between games. Mother Nature and the baseball gods got together and watered the field in the couple of hours between games and then stopped. That worked out just fine. Thank you very much. Count remains 3-2. Infante battling here. Puts it up in the air. Foul territory. Gonzalez. 1 down. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the World Baseball Inc. may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent.
Irán Bithorn Stadium here in Alto Rey, Puerto Rico. Got a nice refurbishing job, Gary. Last time you saw it, it looked this good, but there's a new version. This is the 2013 version of Irán Bithorn Stadium.
They get it ready every 4 years for the World Baseball Classic. New paint job and all. In there for a strike, 0-2 on Marco Scudero. Built in 62, seats 18,000. Overhauled 03-04, home of the San Juan Senators, and has hosted all 3 World Baseball Classics. 0-2 delivery on the way, and a check swing. Did he go? No. Jose Fernandez at first base.
Good call.
Judgment call right there. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Marco Scudero single, RBI, run scored, 3rd inning, 1 for 2. Will fight it off.
You see how many swings coming around every pitch that Soto has made in his 3/4 slot, and then he throws a cutter right in on the hands of the right-handers, and then the breaking ball doesn't really slide down, but more on the side slope.
2 ball, 2 strike count.
Thus, more swings around the baseball.
Cabrera waiting on deck. Left-hander with a 2-2 delivery. Oh, Scudero never saw that one.
No wonder Edwin Rodriguez is excited about kids like this. He has him thinking inside so much, and then look what happens when he throws a 2-seamer outside. Makes him chase his pitch up in the zone.
Yeah.
It's not Fernando Rodney, though.
No, he's got his hat on straight. 2 down. Here's Asdrubal Cabrera. Cabrera hit by a pitch in that 3rd inning and then flied out first time up. Cabrera at short, looking for his first hit of the Classic. He's 0 for 4. Left-hander's pitch, 1-0. Spain eliminated as they played in the first game here today, losing to the Dominicans 6-3, so they're 0-2.
Well, that's a home run swing right there for Asdrubal Cabrera, who saw his home run output go from 3 home runs in 2010 to 25 home runs in 2011. All due to a simple adjustment, holding the bat way down against that knob.
And a strike call.
When Asdrubal came to the big leagues, he choked up 3 or 4 inches on the bat, and then his former teammate Orlando Cabrera from Colombia said, "You're strong enough, man. Hold that bat way down there." He listened. He produced.
And a swing and a miss. He got him. So Soto impressive. Gets a couple of strikeouts and retires the side in order to the delight of the fans from Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico leading it by a score of 3-2. Hey, take a look at the upcoming schedule. U.S. just got to get a win. Italy's 2-0. U.S. now 0-1, 9 o'clock Eastern. In Tokyo, Japan, Netherlands. That is for a spot to move to San Francisco in that game. Ground ball is fouled off by Alex Rios. Rios drew a walk and scored in the 4th inning. He grounded out in the 1st. Alvarez on the mound. Henderson Alvarez. 3-2 lead for Puerto Rico, the visiting team here in this game. That'll go to short. Cabrera. Rios retired, went away. 0 for 2 in the ball game.
Yeah, this tournament, as we were looking at those games that are, with so much at stake right now, Gary, there's always going to be a surprise. There's always going to be a player or two that are going to execute at a higher level than expected for their managers. And so, a point you made is very important. There's so many scouts here following these players because there's not a better way to judge and evaluate than at this stage.
That's a fair ball down the line by Beltran. He's on his way to second base. Gonzalez over to get it. And it'll be a double. first hit of the ball game. Beltran.
Carlos has been swinging a hot bat. In the very first game, first at bat, he had a ball down the line against Spain. And they are being extremely careful in how they use him and how much they use him, especially here on the turf because of a bulky knee. But certainly he is in very good shape.
That'll be his first hit tonight, his second of the series, 2 for 6 now in the Classic. Scoring position, 1 away. Yadier Molina, he's walked and struck out. And the pitch is going to be taken outside. Big RBI, the chance for Puerto Rico to extend their lead here in the 6th inning. Alvarez, big secondary lead. Down to third, fair ball, runner coming. Sandoval hesitated and one hops to get the out. Boy, he was close to getting nothing. Sandoval took a look. He couldn't believe Beltran was actually coming to third and thought about trying to dive to touch him and then decided I better get an out here.
And he does the right thing here. Is Beltran see how far back Sandoval has to go and never looked at him until the very last minute. It is a risky play by Beltran, but one that he's very aggressive on, knowing that anytime you see a third baseman go to his backhand, he's thinking about that long throw and not going to pay that much attention to the runner.
So 2 down, a runner at third. Here's Aviles. Aviles so far the hero for Puerto Rico with a 2 RBI base hit in the 4th inning. Puerto Rico now 3 out of 7 with runners in scoring position in the ball game, and Alvarez Center won a new baseball. I always wonder what that ball looks like when the pitcher throws it over to the dugout instead of back to the catcher and the umpire or whatever. And that pitch is going to be taken inside. Whether it's got a nice deep divot from a belt buckle on it or something.
You want to know?
Nope. Don't want to know any part of it. 2-0 count. Beltran off third base. Here's the 2-0 delivery. Aviles will take that one for a strike. Aviles getting his first hit in that 4th inning of the Classic, and a big one to drive in the 2 runs. 2 runs, 2 hits in the 4th inning for Puerto Rico. They made him count. 2-1 delivery. Aviles in the air to right field. Gonzalez is there and will make the catch. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. Good ball game underway here with Puerto Rico leading it by a score of 3-2. Well, a little bit of everything has come up in this ball game. Great plays, big hits. Scudero coming through with the RBI base hit. And the drive into the corner. That one by Sandoval. RBI in the double, but the out recorded at the plate would prove to be big. Puerto Rico would battle back after trailing 2-0. Ball bobbled, run scores. Final out of the inning would be recorded at third base under the many outs. Molina, the one tagged out there. And then the base hit picked up by Angel Pagan, RBI single. Maldonado scoring it, and there you are, 3-2.
Zambrano looked so good through 3 innings, and he absolutely lost it. And Sandoval came through once again. Aviles, 60 RBIs last year for Boston, came up with some big ones for his team, putting them on the board in that big 2nd and 4th inning.
Here's Miguel Cabrera against the left-hander Soto. Middle of the order up for Venezuela, 6th inning. Cabrera got a single in the 1st inning. Zambrano gave up 2 runs on just 1 hit with 2 walks and 3 2/3. And the breaking ball taken down low. Soto, a couple of strikeouts in the 5th inning, coming in on relief of Figueroa, who gave up 2 runs, 6 hits over 4. And that pitch is going to be taken up high. 2 ball, 1 strikeout. So big bats up, but this is where you want Miguel Cabrera leading it off, not with somebody on base. 2-1 delivery on the way. Inside corner strike. Cabrera turning dead. Hickok's home plate umpire.
Yadier Molina has not backed away from asking his pitchers to keep the ball exactly right there in that inner third and off the plate.
2-2.
Hey,
Hickox and Cabrera in a stare down. Cabrera turned right around and looked at him, said same place.
and Cabrera continues to say they're going to continue to go outside. Nope, they continue to pound him inside.
Hickox won't look at him. Home plate umpire. 3-ball, 2-strike count on Cabrera.
See Yadier calling for the fastball in again. It's just the mentality of a good big league catcher. Not that many pitchers want to repeat inside nowadays.
The young Soto will listen to the veteran Molina. Here's the 3-2 delivery on the way, and he got in there again, fouled off. I love Hickox's response. Officials in any sport who do not go after players, who keep it under control, do what you saw Hickox do. Cabrera turned around, stared at him, and Hickox wouldn't look at him. That's real good work by an official. Don't antagonize. Don't be looking for the problem. Try and keep it under control. That's exactly what he did. 3-2 delivery on the way and outside with that one, and he walked it. That's the first walk Venezuela's picked up in the ballgame. World Baseball Classic covered around the world. A lot of broadcasters on hand. Radio and television carrying the game back to the respective countries of the teams that are playing here. These are big games. These teams, especially outside the United States, these games really matter. It's an opportunity for them to put their skills on display for their country. And we've seen that around the world here in the 3 World Baseball Classics that have only grown in interest. Here is Sandoval. Up high for a ball.
There's also a sense of responsibility from all these many journalists from around the world in bringing the news to their respective countries. And they've been preparing for this for years. Who's going to be the one to go and follow Team Venezuela or Team Spain, obviously? Team Puerto Rico here at home. Team Dominican. There's a sense of pride in doing that, too.
And this pool is set. If Puerto Rico can win this game, they'll be 2-0, and Venezuela will be 0-2, and it'll be the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico moving on regardless of games tomorrow. Venezuela came in here with great hopes. So you got a great team. Lee Soho felt they were going to hit, score some runs. So far, they've struggled. That'll be taken up high when you have the likes of Asdrubal and Miguel Cabrera and Sandoval and Carlos Gonzalez in the lineup. You figure you're going to get some runs in, but it just has not been that easy.
And guess who found out it wasn't that easy in the World Series? The man right there. Well, they loaded Detroit Tigers lineup.
Little panda caps on here. That's a warm night to be wearing that hat.
It just looks good.
2-0 count. Sandoval will look to drive one right here. Runner at first. Oh, pulled a string on him.
21 years old. Pitch inside and then drop this on a veteran. Oh, that's a lot of composure, man. Look at the drop on that.
Great arm action, too. He didn't give anything away.
And it's all about the arm speed. Make sure everything looks like a fastball to that hitter.
Sandoval, the RBI double in the 3rd inning. He's had 3 RBIs in the Classic. Runner off first. 2-1 delivery. Fouls it back. 2-2.
Sandoval, not only is he a switch hitter, but he is ambidextrous. He can throw as hard from the left arm that he does from the right arm.
As my great friend Harry Carey used to say, he's amphibious. 2-ball, 2-strike count on Sandoval. In the air to right field, playable over near the line. Reyes is over, and he's got it. Runner stays. All these outs are big now in the middle of this order. 1 down.
See Sandoval filling it right on those knuckles. Another fastball running hard inside by Giovanni Soto.
Talking about where those pitches are, sharing the information over there with Prado. One down. Venezuela out hitting Puerto Rico 5-4, but trailing 3-2. Carlos Gonzalez 0 for 2 in the ball game, 1 for 6 in the Classic. The right fielder with Cabrera still at first base. Shattered bat, little blooper towards second. Nobody on the bag. Throw to first and got him. Oh, close call. That's going to be argued. Maldonado made the stretch, and it was that close.
Boy, what a play up the middle. And to the disbelief of Miguel Cabrera, now standing at second base, Luis Sojo is presenting his case as to telling Jair Fernandez, you missed that one.
Nothing he says is going to change the call.
Little double clutch action there by the second baseman, Falou.
He was safe.
Yes, he was.
Though he did miss the call, but it will not matter. And it was a bang-bang play. Great stretch made by Maldonado.
You can see the left foot is already in. And the ball takes a hop, which slows the ball down.
Boy, is that a big out. Oh, my gosh.
There's been some big ones all throughout this game.
Should be runners on first and second, one away. Instead, there are two down with a runner at second base, Miguel Cabrera. Here is the catcher, 0 for 2 in the ball game. Salvador Perez with the RBI chance to tie this ball game up.
Now, he does have some surprising power, especially middle in. He can drop that barrel.
Soto with a look back. That's going to miss outside, 2-0.
Another thing is he watched Salvador Perez hit batting practice is how he's able to hit balls down the left field pole and keep them fair because of where his hands come through in the zone.
Here's the 2-0 delivery on the way outside, 3-0. Soto appears he doesn't want anything to do with Perez here. Prado's waiting on deck. .3-0 count. See if he's got a green light. He did. Chopper to second base. Lou backing up on it. Has got it and gets the out. So a tough inning for Venezuela. A call that went the way of Puerto Rico makes the difference in the inning and maybe in the ball game. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a base runner left on. 6 complete. 3-2, Puerto Rico. Some of the excitement here tonight, and boy, it has been a good ball game in this jammed house here in San Juan. We go to the 7th inning. 3-4-1 Puerto Rico, 2-5-0 Venezuela. Venezuela got the early lead but lost it. Puerto Rico scored the last 3 runs of the ball game. Pitch will be taken inside. Puerto Rico batting here in the 7th inning. Maldonado, Gonzalez, and Rosario will be due up. Jesus Feliciano, the pinch hitter. Jose would be singing the national anthem.
Yes, he would. Talk about a beloved figure here, Puerto Rico.
Ground ball towards second base. Guerrero's got it and gets the out.
Well, Carlos Gonzalez gets called out on this play here. What was clearly a missed call by first base umpire Jair Fernandez. But all the frustration boiling over. Then on his way out to the field, he's still not done. He is letting his case be known until second base Dan Bellino says, okay, you already had your say, just calm down. But as he mentioned about something Ed Hickox did, you saw Fernandez hold his ground and not turn around too quickly.
Yep. And the pitch is taken down low. Andy Gonzalez up. Gonzalez with a sacrifice and a big one in the 5th inning. After Maldonado drew the walk, he sacrificed him down, and Maldonado would ultimately score on a Pagan single with 2 down. The manufactured run is the difference in this ball game right now at 3-2. Gonzalez with the 0 for 1, 0 for 4 in the Classic. That one to right field. That's going to be a base hit. Little dying quail out to right. Andy Gonzalez on with 1 away.
Well, Andy Gonzalez has had 3 very productive at-bats. Victim of a great play by Cabrera in the first at-bat back in the 3rd inning. And a sac fly, and now fights this one off, and he's aboard.
Each team with 5 hits in the ball game.
And his manager, Adrian Rodriguez, told us yesterday we're going to need contribution from everybody. Versatility and ability to perform quickly.
Sandoval in at 3rd base. Fastball misses away. Rosario 0 for 2. He has flied to left field twice, only 1 down. As Puerto Rico will try and extend their lead here in the 7th. Top of the order, Pagan on deck.
This is a good time to get runners in motion. Got to keep fighting for more runs, see if the defense opens up more holes, and especially here on this field turf, it's not that hard to hit something to the side of an infielder and get it through in.
Rosario and the Twins organization. 1-0 delivery to him in the air again to left field. And again he's out. Prado there to put it away. Runner back, first base, 2 down. Puerto Rico's got the lead. Here's the in game for him.
Pagan huge. A 2 for 3 with a leadoff hitter. And you see everybody at one point or another has done the little things to make this the score it is, even though winning only by a run. A very action-packed game, especially on the base paths.
And Pagan will get another opportunity. Double, single, and has grounded out. 3 hits, 6 at bats in the 2 games. Runner at first, 2 down. Even with 2 away, Sandoval is in at 3rd base. Respecting the speed of Pagan. Pitch will be taken for a strike.
Pagan played a career high 154 games last year for the Giants. World champions. Stole 29 bases.
Alvarez a look. Fouled off. Alvarez came on in the 5th inning. He's worked a couple here. He gave up that run in the 5th. Has been pretty effective. Perez going out to make sure on what they want to throw here with 2 down and an 0-2 count.
I like the way Alvarez has attacked the zone. After allowing that leadoff walk to the first hitter he faced, he's been pretty much back on his game in good rhythm. Not trying to overthrow.
Two-strike delivery. Late on the fastball.
That's some life right there. I mean, that's you thinking sinker ball, let me think middle away, and the ball just jumping up on you as it approaches the hitting zone.
Again, the 0-2 and a chopper to the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Gonzalez, the turn will stay. Carl will get it back in. So a 3-hit ball game for Anel Pagan. And here in the 7th inning, 1st and 2nd, 2 down.
You know, and things like just telling yourself as a hitter, start a little bit earlier or just think about throwing the barrel. Throw that barrel. Get it through there. It's a game of inches, even the way you think about how you adjust and being late one swing and just not jumping, but anticipating being a little bit earlier on the following swing.
So 2 away. Below at the plate. He has scored a run, reaching on a fielder's choice. 0 for 3 in the ball game, 1 for 6 in the Classic, and takes a strike on the inside corner. Puerto Rico's had some chances. They've left 3 on base. They've gone 3 for 8 with runners in scoring position in the ball game.
Outfield is playing too deep in my eyes.
Outside, 1-1.
I would make Falou hit it over my head in every single direction right here, but I'm going to try to cut that run down.
A lot of signals going on there, trying to position people, but nobody's moving.
We're talking to Panda.
1-1 delivery. That ball put up in the air to left field, over near the foul line, and in foul territory. It is hauled in by Prado. So Falou is retired. That'll do it here. 7th inning stretch time. Good ball game. Puerto Rico trying to go 2-0, leading it 3-2. Well, we were talking in the open about what Venezuela was going to need in order to win this ball game, and that was for the big bats in the middle to be productive.
Well, it hasn't happened once again, but you can go in 2 directions. Either they haven't produced, or give credit to the pitching by Puerto Rico and the job they have done against a very dangerous lineup all the way around. And keep in mind that the first ball game, 1 through 4 in the lineup for Venezuela went 2 for 17.
It's warm enough here to do that.
And La Playa is not too far.
No. Carlos Rivera's come on to play at first base now with Maldonado coming out for a pinch hitter. And we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. The left-hander Soto working. Only 2 pitchers used by Puerto Rico. Figueroa, the starter, and Giovanni Soto, the 21-year-old left-hander. Prado a single, 1 for 2 in the ball game. Down to third base, big hop, Gonzalez.
Well, manager Aaron Rodriguez has put a premium on the defensive aspect and composition of his ball club, and it has paid off mightily in the first 2 ball games. Positioning has been excellent. The versatility has been excellent. And another swing around a fastball by Soto.
1 down in the 7th. Power up as Flydow grounded out, looking for his first hit of the Classic. 2 games he's gone 0 for 5. Infante will be on deck. Showed bunt, takes it outside. Puerto Rico fell behind 2-0 as Venezuela got 2 runs in the 3rd inning on 3 hits. But Puerto Rico responded with 2 in the 4th and 1 in the 5th. And that has been the scoring. There is Carlos Rivera, who we mentioned has moved into first. He was the starter there in game 1.
They call him the best defensive first baseman in Puerto Rico.
2-0 count. And that'll be outside. So 3-0. Soto, the last thing he wants to do here is put anybody on and flip this order over and get to the top. He has walked 1, struck out a couple. Gotta believe Pyre is going to take one here. He does. 3-1.
And as patient as you might want to be, the more you want to work counts, he's not allowing you to do that. He has not missed on more than 2 consecutive pitches.
He does, and he walks him. So with one away, the second walk surrendered by Soto will put the potential tying run on and the potential go-ahead run to the plate in the person of Infante.
And this where you start thinking about the bullpen and how you want it lined up to get these last outs for you now that Venezuela is taking a second look at Soto.
Infante, the DH, doubled, scored in the third inning. He popped out in the fifth. Give the bullpen a little time here as Molina will take a very casual walk to the mound.
Well, the good thing for Rodriguez managing Puerto Rico is that at least he hasn't had to go through 3 or 4 pitches, you know, in 5 or 6 innings. So he's got some fresh arms to choose from still.
Ricky Bonas is the pitching coach. They're trying to give this bullpen a little time and also check on the possibilities if they make a move, what the response might be.
And you saw the counter right there in that dugout. 42 pitches for Soto.
So he's already gone over the number requiring the day's rest.
That's thrown aside.
One down. Infante waiting to get his bat going with Scudero waiting on deck. Parra at first base.
So you're talking about, of course, the limit on pitches. You come in relief and the necessary off the in between, but not the case now. You go over that limit. There's only one more game tomorrow. You're not going to use them anyways. And you maximize his efforts on the mound here tonight.
Infante down the line, right field, a lot of foul territory. Rios over, and he got it. Runner tags, but has got to stay in a big out.
Oh, there's many ways in which you help your case as a pitcher when you throw strikes. And we say it so often, only applying it to the infielders, but the outfielders too. They move as you're more and more around the zone. They're reading foul balls. They're reading jumps, getting that first step. They know their ground, and Rios makes an outstanding play.
We said there are outs to be had in this ballpark with all the foul territory in it. There's one of them. You can go all the way down the line and outfielders can make catches right down to the foul pole. And as you come in, it gets even bigger. It's an enormous ballpark foul territory wise, and it really worked right there. Another conference.
This time it was Ricky Bonas, a pitching coach for Puerto Rico, making that visit. And Bonas himself, when we saw the shot back there in the dugout just a couple of minutes ago, pointing to the top guy, Scudero.
That was from the bullpen, by the way, not the crowd.
Okay, good.
2 down, bottom of the 7th, runner on at first base. Boy, the runs have been so hard to come by for this team from Venezuela. Here's Scudero. RBI base hit, 3rd inning, 1 for 3 in the game.
He is one dangerous hitter in these situations. Forget about men in scoring position, just men on base last year. 333.
Rosario's playing him in the first row of the bleachers in left field. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Strike on the outside corner.
Here, this is a very interesting defensive alignment. You mentioned how far Rosario is to left. Then look at the gap between Pagan in center and left center field. So they're playing no doubles, only on one side of the field here.
With 2 down, of course, the runner Parra will be going. Anything that gets to that gap could easily result in a run scored. Outside corner strike. 46 pitches have been thrown in the ball game by Soto since coming out of the bullpen. Ahead on the count on Scudero, 1-2.
He could try to go back out there again with a fastball or throw that good sharp slider he has shown inside against right-handers.
One-two delivery. Late and foul. It's these kind of games where the World Baseball Classic really lends some tremendous experience to the likes of Giovanni Soto.
Yes.
You can't get this in spring training. Not this kind of a situation.
There's a guy he was watching on TV last October. The guy is facing.
1 ball, 2 strike count. Eddie Rodriguez, a concerned manager, trying to put his club into the W column, take them to Miami. They win, they go with the Dominican Republic from this pool. 2-2 delivery on the way off, speed misses. He's been willing to throw that a few times here in his relief appearance.
That last pitch right there is going to prompt Molina to say, I'm going to go to one thing. Just let it go. Use that fastball.
3-2, 2 down. Parra will be running at first base. Scudero asking for the timeout. That's a veteran just trying to shake up a young pitcher right there, stepping out late.
Sure. And if you're Parra, make sure you do not leave too soon here.
Scudero in the air, left field, going back, warning track, wall, and caught! Rosario, who was playing deep, had he not been, that ball would have been an extra base hit, and this ball game would be tied. It isn't. We've completed 7, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on base. Puerto Rico 3, Venezuela 2. Rios will lead it off as we go to the 8th inning. Rios, Beltran, and Molina will be due up. Rios walked and scored in the 4th inning. That one got in on his fists and he fouls it off.
Yeah, we can't say enough about defensive alignment and positioning and piss once again because the outfielder was playing so deep in what is not considered your typical alignment. Pays off mightily for Puerto Rico.
Otherwise it's a tie game, and for Venezuela that close to getting it tied up, but nope.
They're playing no doubles but only on that left side of the outfield.
2 strike count on Rios. Anderson Alvarez has been on in relief, 45 pitches thrown. He came on after Zambrano went 3 2/3. Gonzalez a third of an inning, and then in the 5th inning Alvarez, and he hits him. Trying to come inside. There goes the bat. Rios has been hit 3 times now in this series, and you saw Alvarez go over and give a little tap to Rios, not on a positive way to say sorry.
This one ran back in, as you mentioned, 3 times, twice by Sergio Perez of Spain.
Got a beach ball out in left field. Rios going to go home black and blue after this pool here in Puerto Rico.
There's going to be a lot of games still to play for him and getting ready for his baseball season with a big league club.
Well, that puts him on, though, to lead off the 8th inning.
Let's not forget, also, after he got hit, there's one of them. Here's two. After that second one, he took off the second base and stole it.
One ball, a 2-strike delivery, and fouled off at the plate. Beltran, the DH, with a double. 1 for 3 in the game, 2 for 6.
So there's nothing more offensive to a hitter to see a pitcher say, with a glove, take your base. Oh, that would irritate anybody that just got hit for a second time.
It's a big potential run over there. Foul back at a 2-strike count on Beltran with Molina, and then Avila's due up.
Haven't seen a lot of aggressive base running over at all when it comes out to attempted base steals from any one of the ball clubs down here.
We haven't seen a lot of running, and we haven't seen the long ball. This ballpark's kind of tough to put a ball out in.
It surprises me more we haven't seen more runners put in motion.
2-strike count. Alvarez. Ball and 2 strikes.
Again, I can understand with the likes of Yadier Molina and Salvador Perez behind the plate, you're going to hold on more often than not.
Take your chances, and in a tight game, you don't want those outs on the base paths. 1-2 delivery. That's going to be a base hit. Rios watching will stop as Gonzalez will get it in a hurry. 2 on, nobody out. Beltran 2 for 4 in the ballgame.
And there's one thing Puerto Rico has in mind right now is let's capitalize on the free base that was issued to us. Rios thought about it, but he knows that ball's going to get to the outfielder very quickly. And Carlos Beltran once again showing that when we talk about bat control, Gary, it's not necessarily talking about guys that just spread the ball around. That was some serious bat control, that big hole between first and second.
So Alvarez will work 3+ innings. He gave up the go-ahead run and is responsible for the 2 base runners who are on. And for Puerto Rico, a big chance here in the 8th inning to extend this 1-run lead. Don't forget, our coverage is going to continue. Coming up next, it'll be the U.S. trying to bounce back against Italy, that's already 2-0. Then tomorrow we've got a doubleheader to conclude play here in this pool in Puerto Rico. Spain and Venezuela, followed by Puerto Rico in the nightcap for the Dominican. Whether those games matter will depend on the outcome of this game. Puerto Rico wins, and the Dominican and Puerto Rico are going to go to Miami no matter what happens tomorrow. Juan Rincon, who worked an inning, gave up a hit and got a strikeout in game 1, is on in relief.
Venezuela looking bunt all the way.
Bunted foul. Yadier Molina trying to move these runners up. Rios at second base and Beltran at first.
And the touch you get on the bunt, especially here on this field turf, is very important because it'll roll to any of the primary fielders, the pitcher, the first baseman, or the third baseman, very quickly.
Alvarez out of there, 3+ innings, 5 hits so far, 1 run. Bunted foul again. Strike 2.
Rincon threw a breaking ball, and that was enough to offset the timing, even on the bunt attempt there by Yadier Molina.
Do you ask him to do it again?
I would not. This guy's a good RBI man here. I prefer to take a chance with him swinging the bat here.
Here's the 0-2 delivery to him, up high for a ball.
Yadier Molina drove in 76 runs last season for the Cardinals.
Struck out, grounded out, walked in the ball game. Rios and Beltran. Big potential runs out there for Puerto Rico. 1-2 delivery. Base hit into right field. Gonzalez. Rios stop. Gonzalez gets it in a hurry, and the bases are loaded.
He saw that breaking ball before. And when you're bunting, keep in mind, when you're bunting the baseball, you're doing a better job tracking it. So by attempting to bunt and bunting it foul, Molina had a pretty good idea on what the ball was doing and how fast or slow Rincon was throwing it. That's just a beautiful piece of hitting by a veteran hitter.
Bases loaded, nobody out. Hit number 8 for Puerto Rico, and Avila's up. 2 RBIs, 4th inning on a single, 1 for 3 in the ball game. Down low for a ball. Puerto Rico with a chance to really go out in this game with Rios, Beltran, and Molina on. Luis Sojo, Venezuela, obviously real concerned. Rincon misses 2-0. Two-out delivery in the air, center field, going back, Parra. He's got it, tagging up Rios. He'll score. Over to third base, Molina. Ball gets away, backed up, and it is a 4-2 lead for Puerto Rico.
Now we continue to see just quality at bats, one after the other. And quality at bats is a key in this type of tournament, especially when somebody opens the door. A leadoff walk by Alvarez in the 5th, and hit batsman also by Alvarez here in the 8th. They both have scored.
And Sojo back out to the mound. Rincon will work just a third of an inning. Runners at first and third, 1 down. Puerto Rico up by 2. And the left-hander, Cesar Jimenez, will come on to pitch, second appearance. He came onto the ball game against the Dominican and gave up 2 runs on 3 hits in an inning. Now he's up with runners on at first and third, only 1 down. Carlos Rivera is going to get his first at bat in the game. The first baseman who did not start the ball game.
It'll be important for Jimenez to establish his fastball immediately in off the plate. Make home plate bigger to the outer half.
Fouls that one back. So Rivera now with a big at bat. A run in here in the 8th inning. The last 4 runs of the ball game have been scored by Puerto Rico to take the 4-2 lead. Rivera an 0 for 2 in the game. He started with a walk, late swing, fouls it off.
That's a good job by Jimenez. Just plant that ounce of doubt in the hitter's mind as to how you might work him. And it all starts with establishing a good fastball.
Runners off first and third. 0-2 delivery. Protecting and fouls it off. Hit him in the batter's box. And the count will stay at 2 strikes. Venezuela needs a pick-me-up. Big out here, strikeout, big defensive play or something, but to allow another run here, gonna make it really tough.
One more run here, you're right. We'll see a lot of long faces all around the Venezuelan ball club and its fans in the stands.
They just did not anticipate it would be this hard offensively for them in the ball game. They've got 2 runs, 5 hits. Puerto Rico, though, 4 runs, 8 hits. Here's the 0-2 delivery. It'll be inside, 1-2.
And Luis Sojo knows, too, Puerto Rico pitching has allowed only 2 runs in 16 innings.
Menez with a 1-2. Got him. There's the big strikeout. Caught him with one at the knees on the outside corner. Rivera goes down. And there are 2 away, and we'll get another pitching change.
So good to see Jimenez stay with that one. And good to see Salvador Perez convincing him to stay with that fastball.
So the matchups here by Soto, just trying to preserve a 2-run deficit and not let it get any larger, because they've got 2 at-bats left to go, being the home team. Puerto Rico leads it by 2. Francisco Rodriguez, the right-hander, out of the bullpen with the Milwaukee Brewers. A lot of work. He will be facing a pinch hitter, Luis Figueroa. He'll come on for Andy Gonzalez. 2 down, runners at first and third. Figueroa takes the pitch. It's down low for a ball.
Francisco still possesses that devastating breaking ball. He has lost some of his fastball, but also 2 different changeups. And that's what allowed him to set a new record in saves in a season back with the Angels.
Here's the 1-0 delivery. Figueroa foul. Yes, missed.
Oh, that was a quick bat by Huicho Figueroa. That's getting around.
With any ball club, major league ball club.
Like Zambrano. This serves as an audition for him.
1-1. Figueroa up high. 2 ball, 1 strike count. It's only the 6th batter that's been up here in the inning, but with all these pitching changes, Alvarez, Rincon, Jimenez, Rodriguez, it seems as though they've gone a lot deeper into the lineup. 2-1 delivery on the way. That one's going to miss. 3-1.
Tried the changeup. He just did not get a good grip overall, and he was falling all over the place before even getting to the landing spot on the mound.
Three-one count, 2 down. Beltran, the lead runner. Molina at first base, going to go to second. Ball drilled into the corner. He got that one out there. It's off the wall. Beltran will score. Aviles will score. Pinch hit. Double. 2 RBIs. 6-2.
Aaron Rodriguez wanted to utilize every single piece of that roster, and he continues to do so. Great contributions once again. This time it's Figueroa. That's a huge hit.
A 6-2 ball game.
He wanted those veteran players fresh off their winter ball season, and they have paid off for him.
Now Eddie Rosario with 2 down and a strike. 3 runs will be charged to Alvarez, a run to Rincon.
I know we showed that first swing that Figueroa took with that quick bat, and Rodriguez just did not have enough of that fastball to get it by him inside again.
Rodriguez with a 2-strike count. Runner goes to third. That's going to go to second. Scudero makes the play, and that will do it in the inning, but a big inning it was. 3-run score in the top of the 8th. Aviles a sac fly, the 2 RBI double by Figueroa. Well, a lot to cheer about for the fans here in Puerto Rico, as their ball club now very close to moving on to the next round. J.C. Romero, minor league numbers for him last year. Left-hander will come on to do the pitching.
At one point, a go-to guy for Ron Gardenhire and the Minnesota Twins.
Asdrubal Cabrera. It in for a strike. Figueroa is going to stay on and play it short. Figueroa with that big hit. Mike Aviles will move over to third base. Oh, 2.
And what allows manager Edwin Rodriguez to get to this point here in the 8th and use Romero is because of the job by the starter Nelson Figueroa and then by Giovanni Soto. Valuable innings in relief.
And the 0-2 delivery outside. Figueroa gave up 2 runs, 5 hits, and 4. Soto came on 3 innings, nothing. Couple of walks, 2 strikeouts.
He was outstanding.
One ball, 2-strike count. You get the middle of the order here. Those 4, that 4-run differential. Got him.
That is a pitch that usually you're not looking for. Backdoor breaking ball. Remember, it's a guy who just came into the game.
1 down. Miguel Cabrera has singled, popped out and walked in the ball game. 1 hit in 6 at-bats in the 2 games for the Triple Crown winner. Just not had chances. He's been getting to the plate a number of times with the bases empty, leading off an inning, or in a situation like this with 1 down, nobody on.
And they have pitched to him very well.
And that'll be outside. 2-0 to Cabrera. The last thing you want to do, be it Cabrera or anybody else, is issue a walk here. Venezuela's got to have some base runners.
And they have cooled down a hot Cabrera coming into this tournament. He went 6 for 8 with 7 RBIs against Major League exhibition.
2-0 pitch to him is there for a strike. Six, 9-1. Puerto Rico 2-5-0 Venezuela. Victory here by Puerto Rico, and they move on to Miami with the Dominican Republic. They'll be the 2 teams to move out if this score stays, or at least this advantage stays the way it is. 2-1 is inside doing 3-1. Soto walked a couple in relief, but he left him on base, and those are the only 2 walks Venezuela's been able to put up on the board in the ball game against the 3 Puerto Rican pitchers. Three-1 chopper. Nice play. Romero got over, made the good throw.
And at one point, it appeared like there's not even going to be a play. Romero got there quickly, and look at that. The key is that bare hand in retrieving that baseball. Gotta love it, man.
Why not celebrate a little bit?
The passion showed throughout this whole tournament in every single one of the venues.
2 down, nobody on. Sandoval, a double and an RBI. Venezuela's only runs came in the 3rd inning. Scudero, an RBI single, RBI double, Sandoval. Big play in this game to go back to is that 3rd inning when Cabrera got thrown out at the plate on Sandoval's double to end the inning on a perfect relay throw from Maldonado, the first baseman, to the catcher Molina.
Yeah, when you look at that play and look at where Maldonado was as a second cutoff man, he was exactly where you're supposed to be when the ball's overthrown.
And that ended the inning. And to this point has ended the scoring for Venezuela. One for 3 in the game, 2 for 8 with 3 RBIs in the Classic for Sandoval. 2-0 delivery fastball there. Soho has seen this before with Venezuela. Struggled in the 3 World Baseball Classics. They really came in believing they could do something this year and are on the verge of being outed in the first round again.
And Soho said, my respect to all these guys that committed early and wanted to play. He goes, I didn't have to call anybody this time. Usually that's the toughest job for me as a manager. They were calling me to play.
That's going to end up in the seats. We're talking about that play in the 3rd inning. You watch this relay to the plate.
Now watch as the ball's retrieved and the overthrow. Misses a first man, and where's Maldonado? Exactly where it's supposed to be, but fire away to Molina.
That ended the inning on the Sandoval RBI hit. Two balls, 2 strikes. $18,741 on hand. And Puerto Rico 3 outs away from ensuring themselves of a trip to Miami for round 2. Along with the Dominican Republic if Puerto Rico wins this game. 9th inning. Angel Pagan, another big ball game. 3 hits. Double, 2 singles, RBI, 3 for 4 for the leadoff batter. Rodriguez remains on the mound. And that will not be playable in a 1-ball 2-strike count.
Oh, you're at a point now where you win this ball game and you can plan a little bit more, thinking about the next round on what you do tomorrow with your pitchers.
Do anything you want. You win this one if you're Puerto Rico.
Remember, there's also that fine line between competing and keeping guys on a throwing program.
Yep. 1-2 delivery on the way. Adam ball. Hauled in. And one down. Gonzalez makes the catch. Pagan retired. Top of the 9th inning. One away.
No matter what, Gary, guys have to get their work in at this stage, their preseason.
So much easier, though, when you can do it without having to worry about winning or losing, right?
Yes.
I mean, they'll want to win tomorrow, or the teams will, but look, what they're going to be looking to if Puerto Rico wins for both the Dominican and Puerto Rico is get the guys, get their work in, and let's get out of here. One down. Pitch will be taken for a strike. Falou at the plate. Scored a run, 4th inning, has an 0 for 4. He reached on the fielder's choice. Picked up 1 hit here in the 2 games. Big time changeup right there, 0-2.
That was a beauty. And Frankie, when he was up in 93, 95 range, he would throw that at 2 different speeds. Some around 79, 80, and others around 83 to 85.
He fouled off.
Still trying to get a job too, Francisco Rodriguez. Still a free agent. And he has not hidden the fact that he would love a chance to go back to New York with the Mets.
Years old now. 2-strike delivery again.
Only 31.
Only.
Huh?
That's right. Fouled off again.
He burst into the scene at such a young age. You figure, wow, he's been around a long time. He's only 31 years old.
Two-strike count. Outfield shallow. Breaking ball he held up on. Alex Rios waiting on deck. Venezuela will get one more shot at it. Bottom of the 9th inning. 1-2 delivery. Foul tipped, held on to. 2 down. Remind you again for Puerto Rico, if they can get the win, they have won coming into this ball game all 7 games that they have played here in the first round of the World Baseball Classic over the 3 times that it's been played. So they're trying to remain perfect in first round games played here at Hiram B. Thorne Stadium. Rios will take the pitch away. He's walked him and hit by a pitch and scored both times. So even though he's 0 for 2, he has contributed certainly in this game and has played some very fine right field. Down the line and goodbye. No, foul ball. Ooh. Jesus Miller right on the line. The umpire at third. That was right down that 325 line.
What a shot. That ball was out of here in a hurry. Last minute hook.
Just foul. We have not seen it used here. Video replay is available if needed. Limited to situations like that where there's a question of whether the ball left the park and whether it was fair or foul. And a strike taken, 1-2. Two down. Rios with a 1-2. That is a fair ball over the bag. Great stop. Cabrera gets it, and the play made to Rodriguez covering. So 1-2-3 inning. Puerto Rico 3 outs away from moving on to Miami. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. They lead at 6-2. So for Venezuela, here's their last chance. They are down by 4. Bottom half of the 9th inning. They either continue this game or win it right here, or they're done. They've got Gonzalez, Perez, and Prado due up. J.C. Romero is going to try to finish it off, the third pitcher. What's been an outstanding night for Figueroa, Giovanni Soto, and Romero so far on the mound, giving up 2 runs on 5 hits combined. Gonzalez 0 for 3, and he'll take a strike.
And for Venezuela, they got to continue to trust that you have the necessary pieces on the offensive side to make this inning work for you. You do not want to give away at bats here.
Carlos Gonzalez, a 1 for 7 in the Classic. Romero will miss up high to him.
Adrian Rodriguez did tell us he does not have a designated closer in this ball club.
They'll play it by ear. The old bullpen by committee as needed. Down to second base on the ground. 1 down. Hello with the plate.
You always limit the options for the opposing manager. Anytime you can retire the first batter of the inning. Puerto Rico has allowed 2 runs in 17 1/3 innings here.
Puerto Rico has advanced to the second round in the first 2 World Baseball Classics. 2 outs away from doing it again here in the 3rd. Salvador Perez takes the strike. As soon as we've finished here, the United States will try and get a W against Italy, which will try and go 3-0, one of the surprise teams in the World Baseball Classic. Team Italia. Here's the 0-1 delivery.
J.C. Romero is in one of those grooves right now.
Perez, the 0-2 delivery to him. Fouled it back, no play. Perez looking for his first hit. 0 for 3 with a couple of ground ball outs and a strikeout. Big RBI ball game. Sevilas with 3 for Puerto Rico. Pagan picked one up early in the ball game. And a big hit to Figueroa in a pinch hit role in that 8th inning when he got 2 RBIs on a 2-out double, which extended that lead from 4-2 to 6-2. Popped up, foul territory. Rivera, long run, no play. And the count will stay at 2 strikes. Venezuela lost to the Dominican Republic 9-6 in that first game, while Puerto Rico shut out Spain 3-0 in their first game. 1-2. Romero's delivery is swung on down the line right field. That is going to be a base hit. Played in foul territory. Trying for two. Throw is not in time. Close. Perez will get the double as Rios got it in. Well, Venezuela gets a runner to second base here in the ninth inning with one out.
Excellent at bat all the way for Perez, and he hesitated slightly, thinking the ball had gotten away from Rios, and he realizes it doesn't get away from Rios, and then has to really turn up another notch. Barely making it in.
That'll be hit number 6 for Venezuela. That is the first hit they have had in the ball game since the 4th inning. And the strike taken by Martin Prado.
Martin Prado becomes an even more dangerous out in this situation here.
Prado had that last hit in the 4th with a single. One down. The 0-1 delivery by Romero is inside.
And the reason it becomes tougher is because he makes you work for it here. He becomes even more selective.
One ball, one strike count. Romero inside, 2-1. Now you see how big that double was in the 8th inning by Luis Figueroa to add those 2 runs. They call them tack on, but they're anything but.
Yeah.
They're runs.
Runs are runs. And
runs are runs, 1st, 5th, or 9th. Here's the 2-1 delivery on the way and a chopper foul. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Here's the 2-2 to Prado. That's bounced. Stop made by Molina. Holding the runner at second base.
We've seen this on display pretty much in 2 games played by Puerto Rico.
Three and 2. Venezuela, as was true with Spain in the first game against the Dominican, not going to go quietly. Spain ended up in the 9th inning, get a couple of runs, and leaving the bases loaded before they went down to the Dominican 6-3. Great 2 delivery. That's going to go to the gap in left center field. Boy, he stung that one. That'll roll all the way to the wall. Coming in to score will be Perez. That will be a double. Prado gets the hit, and it's a 6-3 game.
I am telling you, he is one of the toughest outs in all of baseball. He made Romero come into the zone. No panic whatsoever. And he does as good a job as any right-handed hitter in the game getting on top. Look at that. Very typical Martin Prado at bats in pressure situations.
And with a left-hander out there, we'll get a pinch hitter for Para. Ramon Hernandez has been announced, and with that we will get a pitching change. A ball game that does not want to go easily. And the same true for this Venezuelan team. Romero will come out of there working an inning and a third, surrendering 2 hits both in this inning. Didn't walk anybody, struck out 2 so far, 1 run against him. Can Venezuela mount an attack to keep this game going or win it here in the bottom of the 9th inning? Here's Cabrera. Fernando Cabrera, right-hander, coming on to pitch.
You got to force Fernando Cabrera to throw strikes. He has always had an issue with command. He's always had the arm, but not necessarily the control and command.
Prado's on at second base with a double. Miguel Montero has now come on as the pinch hitter for Ramon Hernandez, who never got to the plate. And the pitch will be taken for a strike. Montero, starting catcher in their first game, went 1 for 3 with a base hit. 0-1. Did he hold up? No. Home plate umpire Ed Hickox makes the call on him. 0-2.
Committed. He's aware of that good speed and that fastball of Cabrera, so he commits early with his breaking ball.
One down. Cabrera gets him 0-2. Montero will fight it off to keep his at-bat alive. Cabrera pitched a Triple-A ball with Buffalo in the Mets organization last year. He went 4-5, 4-1-0 out of the bullpen in 57 games. Signed with the Angels in January. Oh-2 delivery. Trying to get the potential tying run to the plate in the bottom of the 9th inning. Down by 3. Perez got the double, brought home by Prado's double. One-two. Got him.
Fernando Cabrera brings it not only with the fastball, but he was able to go to secondary pitches to get the very dangerous Miguel Montero to chase out of the zone.
Ready to celebrate if they can get one more out. Omar Infante. Double and a run scored. 1 for 3. Two down. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Venezuela's rally caps on, but they're down to 1 strike and 1 out to work with. Looking for the out to take him to Miami. Here's the 0-2 delivery. Ball popped up. Let the fans tie you. It's the Dominican and Puerto Rico moving on. We'll be back. 2 more games to be played here tomorrow. Jose Mota, I'm Gary Thorne. For all of our crew, adieu.